Hello, I'm Mr. Ferlisi, and I teach English to speakers of other languages. Today we're going to read my A book. Now, A has more than one sound. So when you hear the short A sound, ah, I want you to pretend that you are adding and make the addition sign. Like this. Ah. But A also makes another sound. It makes the long A sound. So for the long A sound, the letter A will say its name. And we're going to pretend to make a roller skate. So have a closed fist for the wheels on the roller skate. And then you're going to have a boot on top. And you're going to roll the roller skate by the bay. A. My A book by Jane Belk Moncure, illustrated by Linda Hoheck. Little A had a box. He said, "I will fill my box." Little A put on his hat and went for a walk. He found apples, apples, apples. He put the apples in his box. What sound do you hear at the beginning of apple? Ah. Little A found an alligator. He put the alligator into his box. What sound do you hear at the beginning of alligator? Ah. Little A found ants, ants, ants. "In you go, ants," he said. Little A found arrows, arrows, arrows. Did he put the arrows into his box? He did. I have a connection. I have a bow and arrows, and I like to shoot my bow and arrows. That's a text-to-self connection. But arrows, does it begin with the short A, ah sound? Thumb up, yes. Thumb down, no. Show me your signal. No. It begins with the long A sound. A. So A can make more than one sound. Little A found an axe. It was a toy axe. I have another connection to make. I have a real axe that I use to chop firewood when I go camping. He put the axe in the box. What sound do you hear at the beginning of axe? Ah. Now the box was so full. The ants, the arrows, and the axe fell out. The apples and the alligator fell out too. "Who will help me fill my box?" said little A. Let's make a prediction. Who do you think will help little A? Think, think, think. Maybe a parent could help little A. Maybe a teacher can help little A. Maybe a police officer can help little A. But I think we can make a better prediction. This is my A book. So I think a better prediction would be someone that has a job or a name that begins with A can help little A. So let's think of some jobs or names that begin with A. I can think of an astronaut begins with A. So an astronaut is one job. Let's think of a name that begins with A. Abigail begins with A. So maybe a girl named Abigail helps little A, or maybe an astronaut helps little A. Let's see. Astronaut. An astronaut came by. "I will help you," said the astronaut. "We will fill your box." What sound do you hear at the beginning of astronaut? Ah. The astronaut took little A for a ride. Up, up, and away. Ants, alligator, arrows, astronaut, apples, axe. What sound do you hear at the beginning of all those words? Ah. What letter makes the ah sound at the beginning of all those words? Remember, we're reading my A book. So the letter A makes the ah sound at the beginning of those words. But arrows does not have the ah sound at the beginning of the word. It has the long A sound, A. More words with little a. Antelope. I have a connection to make. We have pronghorn antelope in Nevada. So that is a text to world connection. Acrobat, antlers, anchor, animals, ambulance. What sound do you hear at the beginning of all those words? What letter makes the sound at the beginning of those words? Remember, we're reading my A book. So the letter A makes the sound at the beginning of the words. Now it's time to draw and write. Can you make a picture of things that begin with the letter A, like in the book? Here's another example. Be sure to label your drawing, like antelope, acrobat, antlers, animals, anchor, and ambulance. You get to draw your own picture and label it.